What's going on, Planet S.O.N family? It's your main man, JD. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button for me. This is Drinks with JD.
Well, it might have become, it came during COVID, and I was on a road trip, and my car broke down. I'm giving like a long story short.
No. You know what? Please elaborate.
Yeah. Okay, so I had just gotten, so I'm rewinding. So I had just gotten fired from the life insurance job I was talking about. And I was like, okay, what's my next move? And I had a life coach at that time. I was like, yeah, like this thing, I could probably make money doing this thing, but I don't really like doing this. And so I decided to take a road trip to kind of get some clarity on finding myself. And I was all the way up in Seattle, Washington. So I was going, it was a great adventure too, because I was driving for Lyft, I think. And so I was able to still make money on my way up there.
Yes.
But in Washington, I can't lift up there because it's not California.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because you could only lift in one state.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, my car broke down, and I had some money set aside in my emergency savings. But instead of using it to fix my car, which I thought my car was probably going to break down again on the way back, on the ride back, I decided to invest that money into a microphone and a speaker, and I popped up on this place called Pier 55 in Seattle. It's like a tourist area, and at that time, I didn't really have any music available for streaming, so I just did these freestyles where I asked people what their dreams are, and that completely changed my life, because I remember the first day I did that, I made like several $100s.
Wow. That's
in just
amazing.
like a few hours of freestyle rapping. And I was like, what? I'm making more money doing this than I was doing all this other stuff. And I'm having way more fun, and it's having a positive impact on everyone.
That's amazing.
Not just the people I'm freestyling for, but everyone who's watching it. And it just creates the feeling of love in the air when you affirm, when you build somebody up through a freestyle rap, and especially when it comes to something as personal as their dream. So that, and then when I happened to meet a flight attendant who flew me back to San Diego for free, right?
Wow,
so,
you're
and
so
not only
blessed,
that, but
man.
let
You're
me
so
stay
blessed.
in their apartment for like a couple weeks until I was
Wow.
able to get back on my feet. And it was funny because the reason why I flew back to San Diego is because a sinkhole suddenly appeared in the middle of the pier, and I took that as a sign that it's time to go back to San Diego. So it was like pretty trippy.
Wow, all that story is amazing. Wow. Okay. Okay. You know what? Let's segue into this. Through your music, right, and even through the conversation, and also, I even saw you at church one time. Or the church that I attend. Can you just speak about how good Jesus is to you?
Well, I mean, he gave me everything I have. Like, I could have been born 500 years ago in the middle of some jungle village and died of some disease or whatever. But I was born in 2023 with all this AI and tech, and born in a two-parent household and a really nice neighborhood, and he gave me good looks, talent, and the right environment and the right connections. And so I feel extremely grateful that God has given, but that's another reason why I feel very like tremendous responsibility to do something with it. So that's why I would say, and God's definitely kept me out of a lot of trouble or caused the right circumstances to line up when it seemed like things weren't going to work out. And so that's why I have confidence in what I'm doing, because God keeps making things happen. So I'm like, well, obviously He has a plan for all this, and it must be good if all this other stuff is happening. So
that's right. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, man. You're blessed. So earlier, when you started that story on the Seattle story, you were speaking on getting some mental clarity, right? Is mental health important to you?
Well, of course, right? Like just like my physical health, like if
Yeah.
you feed your body, then how much more important is it what you feed your mind?
No doubt.
Uh-huh.
No doubt, no doubt. You know how, well, let's say street performing, right? What are the negative aspects of performing?
The negative aspects?
Yeah. Can there be some negative aspects?
It depends on how you look at it.
Okay.
Because I believe that life happens for me, not to me.
Okay.
So that even when a Karen comes up and starts yelling at me, I'm like, God has given me an opportunity to promote my song.
Yeah.
Because this is going to do some numbers on social media.
right,
That's a gift. Right?
Yeah.
The cops come, even better.
So regardless,
Right?
a negative will be something
And then if I
positive.
get to stay and the cops don't come, then I make money.
Yeah.
And then again, people are dancing. And so I don't see it through that lens.
Okay.
What some people see as negative, I see as an opportunity.
Yes.
And because I'm really into personal development, just like my dad, I'm really into the learning and reading. And one of the greatest things that I've learned was that life happens for you, not to you, and how to ask certain questions and to turn trash into treasure, basically.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, well, speaking on books, can you recommend any books to me and the audience?
Yes. So I recommend this book called Start With Why. Okay. And because it's going to help you learn how to really connect with people. So let me give an example. Mm-hmm. If I say, hey, what do you do for a living? And like when you asked me that earlier, if I said, oh, nice to meet you, Planet S.O.N audience. Yeah. I'm a hip hop artist and I do this and I do that. Cool.
Yeah.
I know 1,000 hip hop artists.
Yes.
Oh, my cousin's a hip hop artist.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I used to be a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
It's nothing special. It creates a so what, right? But when I share why, starting with why I do what I do, because I want to live in the world where everyone's living their dreams. I believe there'll be a lot less stress, depression, crime. If everyone's doing something they love doing and is living fulfilled life, then if you believe what I believe, then you're like, I trust him.
Yeah.
And it creates that connection. Okay. And so it changes the way you market and you brand, and you'll notice a huge difference. And also it'll just help you. Let's say, for example, if I said, hey, can you move your cup? But if I say, hey, I'm trying to do the product placement, can you move your cup, please? Oh, of course. Yeah. And so it helps people comply with your requests, because instead of just telling your kids, here, do this, they're like, why? Why? And when you tell people why, then, oh, okay.
You give them the why
first.
And
it really helps, because it's like putting a cake in the oven. It's like we're baking a cake. You put the flour, and then you put it in the oven, and then you put the icing on it. But if you wouldn't put the icing on it, and then put it in the oven, and then put the flour on it too. And so same way with the way that you deliver your information, and on why you do it, and then so that's what book I recommend.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, man. So on Dreamz with JD, we have a segment called "What Would You Bring?" Right. So let me break it down for you. Right. So Planet S.O.N. Is an acronym for Planet 619, right? The reason why I created it is because I wanted a place where all the positive things in San Diego, and I want to put them all in that one place, right? So I created a planet, right? And Planet 619 is just filled with all the positivity and all the positive things from San Diego, right? Now, as Dreamz with JD alumni, you now have a first class ticket to get on a rocket ship, right? And travel to Planet 619, right? But you can only bring one thing from San Diego, and that one thing from San Diego needs to positively affect everyone else on the planet. So, what would you bring?
Okay, so just so I understand.
Yeah.
I'm going on a rocket ship.
Yes.
We're going
to Planet 619.
To Planet 619.
Yes.
And whatever I bring with me has to have a positive impact on everyone over there.
Everyone on the planet, yes, sir.
I would bring my speaker, my microphone.
There you go. Okay, yeah. Then we'll have Joe Dreamz performing for us.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm pretty sure everybody will enjoy it. So, all right. Hey, that's a good
and my
thing
charger.
Okay, yeah, because we got a charger. Yeah. Yes. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, man. So, how far do you want to take your music career?
to Planet 619.
There you go. Okay.
Well, like my dream is to live in a world where everyone is living their dreams.
Yes.
So, and also with the future with artificial intelligence, we don't know if we're going to always need musicians.
Yes.
But my destiny isn't tied to music necessarily. It's tied to a world where everyone's living their dreams. So there's a really good possibility that I'll need to adapt and do something else to add value. But I'm always going to be going towards the goal of where everyone's living their dreams. And that's not going to happen during my lifetime. It's something that's always going to be needed. Because 2,200, 2,500, there's going to be some people who aren't living their dreams for whatever reason. And so I hope that Live Joe Dreams, whoever's running it or whoever's in charge of it is keeping that why we started and spreading it into whatever type of music exists 500 years from now or whatnot.
All right. So when's the album coming?
Daygo.